This guy is deep into the Kool-Aid.
Trump is about bringing wars to an end. He's about making peace. So the
Pause. If Trump is about making peace, why has he already bombed Iran, threatened to occupy Gaza, has signed an order for our military to be able to engage drug gangs in other countries, has threatened military action against Greenland, Panama, and potentially Canada? That doesn't sound like a peace president to me.
So the meeting with Putin in Alaska is on August 15th, the same date where the Emperor of Japan surrendered. Understand, they had to drop 2 nuclear bombs to get Japan to surrender because of their radical beliefs, and they worshiped the emperor as God, and they were kamikaze pilots. There are beliefs like that in the world today when it comes to communism, when it comes to the Muslims. So,
Pause. What the fuck do the Muslims have to do with Russia, Trump, Ukraine? And yeah, there are people that believe like that in the world today. You're one of them. You're hacked. Look, you're one of them. It gets better, though, folks.
The Muslims. So we look at that, and President Trump's trying to bring an end to the war. Now, Zelensky, he shouldn't be in there at all. I'd remove him. He is, and what's going to happen is they're going to have to make peace eventually. And the longer it goes, the more Russia will claim. And whose fault is it? Well, that's Ukraine's fault. And
it will be Ukraine's fault that Russia is attacking them and occupying their land. You are literally too stupid to be allowed to breed. Continue.
And the other fault is, of course, our CIA and Obama and the United Kingdom Secret Service, which caused the collapse of that government and put this clown Zelensky off the stage and put him in charge. And as long as there's war, he's in charge. But when there's peace, guess
Obama put Zelensky in because there was war. Ukraine's Volodymyr Zelensky, the comedian who became a wartime leader. Zelensky was a comedian with no political experience when he announced that he would be running in Ukraine's 2019 presidential election. 6 years later, he is an embattled wartime leader, navigating a huge geopolitical upheaval as Donald Trump brings to an end years of strong American support for Ukraine. How did Obama install Zelensky in 2019 when Obama's term came to an end January 20th, 2017? Not to mention the fact Moscow didn't launch a full-scale invasion of Ukraine until February of 22. They had been in Ukraine since 2014 in Crimea and throughout the entirety of the first Trump administration. But they didn't launch their full-scale invasion, the war that's going on right now, until 22. So how did Obama install Zelensky in 2019, in the third year of Trump's presidency? Proceed.
And as long as there's war, he's in charge. But when there's peace, guess what? They're going to get rid of him. And so that's why he doesn't want to give up. Now, we look at what's happening as far as the alignment of the states and their voting and stuff like that. The thing is, you got illegal aliens in those states that are being counted in the census, and they're getting more senators, which is not fair. They are not citizens.
Pause. The census says we count all people present in the United States, not just the citizens. All people present in the United States. And I don't give a fuck if 180 billion undocumented immigrants came in the United States. Each state still only gets 2 senators, you fucking idiot.
Aliens in those states that are being counted in the census, and they're getting more senators, which is not fair. They are not citizens. And so if you take away the illegal aliens in those states, you don't count them as citizens, okay? And you count only citizens, and you separate them for the vote, then guess what? The Democrats lose a whole bunch of seats. Now they've been cheating in their own states to gain seats by gerrymandering.
Pause. Texas would lose more seats than California would. The numbers have already been crunched. California has 39 million people in its state. If you did away with the undocumented immigrants, you would do away with about 1.8 million people. Texas has 30 million, 9 million fewer people. If you did away with the undocumented immigrants, Texas would lose 2.2 million people. Texas has more undocumented immigrants in its state than California does and would lose more seats. Did you look at any of the data?
Doing that hugely. Now, as far as other things that are going on with the world, Brazil, well, they took the guy that's really won the last election. They tried to kill him, everything just like Trump, and they got him on house arrest, and their goal is to eventually kill him. And that country has been taken over by the communists of China, and that's what's happened there. Now, there's a lot of things I want to talk about, but I can't on TikTok because they will not allow me to talk about everything.
Thank God. By the way, that last little nugget that you threw out there, the people that tried to unalive Donald Trump, your people, registered Republican. And don't you find it a tad bit odd that Donald Trump won't shut the fuck up about people he's been beefing with for 10, 15, 20, 25 years about the smallest of shit? But the guy, the registered Republican that allegedly took a shot at this fucking guy, he never mentions once. Ever. There was a lot to unpack there, wasn't there?